All right, let's dive in. Today we're talking about something that affects so many of us, unsecured debt. But listen, this isn't about feeling overwhelmed. No, this is about taking back control. We're going to break down exactly how to crush that debt and build your credit back up one step at a time. Let's get into it.
Does this question kind of hit home? That feeling of being totally stuck under the weight of credit cards, or maybe a personal loan? You are so not alone in this. But the good news is, there's a clear way out. And it all starts with just understanding what you're really up against.
So what are we actually talking about here? Unsecured debt. See, unlike a mortgage on your house or a loan for your car, there's no physical thing, no collateral a lender can take if you don't pay. Because they're taking on more risk, they charge way higher interest rates. And that's what makes it feel like you're running on a financial treadmill and getting nowhere. To get you from here to there, we've got a simple 5-step roadmap. First, we'll get a handle on the debt. Then, we'll take stock of where you're at, pick a strategy to fight back, rebuild your credit score, and finally, lock in that financial freedom for good.
Okay, first up, Section 1. Understanding your debt. I mean, before you can fight the beast, you've got to know exactly what it looks like, right?
Most of this stuff falls into 3 big buckets. You've got your credit card balances, that's the most common one. Then there are medical bills, which can just sneak up on you out of nowhere. And of course, personal loans, which you might have for anything from a home project to consolidating other debts.
Now, why is this so critical to manage? Well, get this. One single thing makes up a massive 35% of your credit score. And that one thing is your payment history. Every single late or missed payment can knock your score down, making everything from getting a loan to renting an apartment that much harder.
And it's not just about paying on time. How much you owe is a really big deal. High balances drive up something called your credit utilization ratio. It's a fancy term for the percentage of available credit you're using. So if you've got a $1,000 limit and a $500 balance, your utilization is 50%. The higher that number climbs, the more it can drag your score down.
And that brings us right to Section 2, assessing your financial health. Think of this part like you're gathering your map and supplies before a big hike. It's not a chore. It's the first empowering step you take.
Your whole assessment really just boils down to 3 simple actions. First, analyze your debts. Make a master list: who you owe, how much you owe them, and what the interest rate is. Second, pull your credit report. You can get one for free from each of the big guys, so grab them and check for any mistakes. And third, you're going to calculate your debt-to-income ratio, or DTI. And this right here perfectly illustrates the point. Seriously, getting organized is half the battle. When you lay it all out in a notebook, a spreadsheet, whatever, you turn that big, vague cloud of stress into a concrete problem that you can actually solve. This one move puts you right back in the driver's seat.
So what is this DTI ratio thing we mentioned? It's a key number lenders look at. All it is your total monthly debt payments divided by your gross monthly income. Basically, it shows how much of your paycheck is already spoken for before you've even bought groceries.
Now, what's cool about this chart is how it turns that number into a clear plan. If your DTI is under 36%, you're in a pretty good spot. Between 36 and 40, it's manageable but something you want to watch. But if you're over 40%, well, that's a clear signal that it is time to take some serious action.
Which leads us perfectly into Section 3, choosing your repayment strategy. You've checked the map, you've got your supplies, now it's time to pick the right tools to fight back.
There are really 2 main paths you can take here. The debt snowball is all about psychology. You knock out your smallest debts first. Each time you pay one off, boom, you get this huge motivational win that keeps you going. The debt avalanche, on the other hand, is all about the math. You attack the debt with the highest interest rate first, which will save you the most money over time. Honestly, the best strategy is the one you'll actually stick with.
All right, on to Section 4, rebuilding your credit score. You've been playing defense, paying down all this debt. Now it's time to shift to offense and actively build a better financial future.
So, the key is knowing what actually makes your score tick. As we saw, payment history is the biggest piece of the pie at 35%, but right behind it is amounts owed. That's our old friend, credit utilization, at 30%. Together, that's nearly 2/3 of your entire score. The other stuff matters, but if you want the biggest bang for your buck, you focus on those top 2. And here it is, the single best rule of thumb for managing that amounts owed category. Just by keeping your balances below 30% of your total credit limit, you're sending a powerful signal to lenders that you are a responsible borrower.
It is such a simple target, but it has a huge impact on your score. And that brings us to our final section, maintaining financial freedom. Getting out of debt is an incredible achievement, but staying out, well, that's the long game.
So how do you stay on track? First, track your progress where you can see it. Watching that debt number shrink is so powerful. Set up regular money check-ins with yourself. Next, and this is huge, build an emergency fund. Having 3 to 6 months of expenses saved up means a surprise car repair doesn't become a new credit card balance. And finally, please don't forget to celebrate the small wins.
And that is exactly what this is all about. This whole journey isn't about just getting to zero. Every single dollar you pay down, every on-time payment you make, that's a victory. Recognizing those little moments turns what could be a long, hard journey into a series of rewarding accomplishments. But look, the path isn't always a straight line. You might have a setback, and you know what? That's okay. The key is to change how you think about it. A setback is not a failure. It's an opportunity. It's a chance to learn what happened, tweak your plan, and come back even stronger.
And that brings us to the end. We've laid out the entire path, from understanding your debt all the way to maintaining your freedom. So I'll leave you with this question to get you started. What is the very first small win you're going to celebrate? Is it making that first extra payment? Is it just finishing your budget? Decide on it now and go start your journey today.